Dear students, in the previous class held on the Zoom, I have taught you about the different trigonometrical ratios, reciprocal relations, complementary angle relations, and also about the three main trigonometrical identities along with their proofs and their application, and also application of these in the sums. Also, I have explained you about the using of trigonometrical tables and its application in the sums. Now, I'm going to begin with the topic height and distances. And now we are proceeding a step to the application of trigonometrical ratios in the practical life. In this topic, you have to remember that as per the information given in the questions, you have to draw the diagrams, and then by the application of trigonometrical ratios, you can find the unknown required. Remember, no figure, that is diagrams, then no marks as per the guidelines of the council. That means you have to draw the diagrams and it is compulsory. In this topic, you have to basically understand about the two terms, that is angle of elevation and angle of depression. So let us take an example. Like I have drawn a diagram in which AX is representing the wall, okay, and from point P, if any observer looks up, then the angle formed at the P is the angle of elevation. And I've drawn the second diagram in which PB is representing the cliff and the person at P is looking down. Then angle XPA is called the angle of depression. Angle of elevation and angle of depression both are measured with respect to the horizontal. That is why I have drawn a dotted line PX. Now also angle PAB in this case is the angle of elevation. That means angle PAB is equal to angle APX. That means angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression. Let us discuss few sums on the basis of it. Like question number 1, which I have taken. Question 1, the upper part of a tree broken over by the wind makes an angle of 45 degrees with the ground, and the distance from the root to the point is 15 meters. What was the height of the tree before it was broken? So we will proceed according to the statement. I have drawn the diagram in which AB is representing the complete length of the tree. And suppose it is broken from point P. That means the broken part PB falls down and it touches the ground at point B and it is inclined at an angle of 45 degrees. So in triangle PAB, tan 45 is equal to x upon 15 as per I have drawn the diagram, and tan 45 is the standard angle whose value is 1. So x is equal to 15 meters. Now in triangle PAB again, if I take the trigonometrical ratio cos 45, so cos 45 is equal to 15 upon y. That is, cos 45 is the standard angle, so whose value is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 is equal to 15 upon y. So y is equal to 15 root 2. So total length of AB is equal to what? X plus y, as I have shown in the diagram also. And the value of x is 15, y is 15 root 2. So AB is equal to 15 plus 15 root 2. Now we can take 15 common. So in the bracket 1 plus root 2 will be left. And AB is equal to 15 into 1 plus 1.414, because root 2 is approximately 1.414. So AB is equal to 15 into 2.414. And when we will multiply, then you will get the value as AB as 36.21 meter approximate. You have to remember over here that you can't leave the answer in the third form. Otherwise, minimum 1 mark will be deducted. Now let us take one more case. Question number 2, the length of the shadow of a tower standing on a level plane is found to be 2y meters longer. When the sun's altitude is 30 degree, then when it was 45 degree. Prove that the height of the tower is y into root 3 plus 1 meters. So what I have drawn first of all AB as the tower, and then I have shown the position of the sun. Initially when it was inclined at 45 degree. So suppose the length of the shadow of the tower AB is x meter. And now when the sun will come down, means it is inclined at an angle 30 degree. Then I have shown the increased length of the shadow by the term PQ, and it is PQ is representing 2y meters. So now let us proceed according to the trigonometrical ratios. In triangle APB, if I take tan 45 degree, then it is equal to AP upon PB, that is h upon x. So, and tan 45 is the standard angle whose value is 1. So h is equal to x. Now if I take in triangle ABQ, so tan 30 degrees is equal to h upon x plus 2y, and tan 30 is the standard angle whose value is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon h plus 2y. So h plus 2y is equal to root 3h by doing the cross multiplication. So 2y is equal to root 3h minus h. H you can take common. So you have got h is equal to 2y upon root 3 minus 1. Now in order to bring the result, let us rationalize the denominator by multiplying by its conjugate. So conjugate of root 3 minus 1 is root 3 plus 1. So h is equal to 2y upon root 3 minus 1 in the numerator and root 3 plus 1 in the denominator, because if we multiply both numerator and denominator of any fraction by the same number, it doesn't make any difference. So h is equal to 2y into root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 square minus 1 square, because we already know that root 3 minus 1 upon root 3 plus 1 is in the shape of a plus b into a minus b, whose value is a square minus b square. So h is equal to 2y into root 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1. And this 2 and 2 will be cancelled, and finally we will get our result h is equal to y into root 3 plus 1 meter, which we have to prove. Now let us discuss one more sum. Like from the top of a cliff 60 meter high, the angle of depression of the top and the bottom of a tower are observed to be 30 degree and 60 degree. Find the height of the tower. So accordingly, I have drawn the diagram. I have taken the cliff as AB, whose total height is 60 meter, and the tower as CD, whose length I have taken as X. So according to diagram, CD is equal to PB, whose length is X. So remaining length AP will be 60 minus X. And the two angle of depression, because angle of depression are measured with respect to horizontal. So I have drawn 30 degree and 60 degree. So in according to the diagram, in triangle APC, I have taken tan 30 degree is equal to 60 minus x upon y. And when we will take this, then tan 30 is the standard angle whose value is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to 60 minus x upon y. That means y is equal to, if we will do the cross multiplication, y is equal to 60 root 3 minus x root 3. Now in triangle ABD, if you see carefully, if I take tan 60 degree, it is equal to AB upon BD. That is 60 upon Y. So Y root 3 is equal to 60 degree. And the value of Y we have already got in the first equation as what? 60 root 3 minus X root 3. And root 3 is already outside. It is equal to 60. So 60 in root 3 into 60 root 3 will be 60 into 3 minus X root 3 into root 3 will be 3X is equal to 60. So that means 180 minus, bring the 60 in the left hand side and shift the minus 3x on the right hand side, it will become positive. So 120 is equal to 3x. That means x is equal to 120 upon 3. That means x is equal to 40 meter. And this is the height of the tower which was being asked. Let us take one more example. That is question number 4. The angles of elevation of the top of the tower from 2 points on the ground at distances small a and small b meters from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Prove that the height of the tower is under root AB meter. So accordingly we will draw the figure. What I have done, suppose AB is equal to length of the tower or height of the tower, and the 2 points are P and Q which are forming complementary angles. So I have taken the angle which is formed from Q as theta. So but obvious the angle which will form from point P will be 90 minus theta because both the angles are given complementary. So theta and 90 minus theta are the complementary angles. Let us take the trigonometrical ratios. In triangle ABQ, tan theta is equal to AB upon small a. So AB is equal to A tan theta. In triangle ABP, if you will take, then tan 90 minus theta is equal to AB upon capital small b. And tan 90 minus theta is equal to what? Cot theta. I have taught you in the complementary angle relations. So tan 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta, and cot theta is equal to AB upon B. So, and cot theta is 1 upon tan theta. Cot theta is equal to 1 upon tan theta, that is equal to AB upon B. And now we can substitute the value of tan theta from the first case. That is 1 upon AB upon small a is equal to AB upon B. And this small a will go in the numerator. So it will be giving you small a upon AB is equal to AB upon small b. And after doing the cross multiplication, AB is equal to AB square. Small ab is equal to AB square. That means if on removing the square sign, on the other side square root will come as under root AB, and we will neglect the negative sign over here because length of the tower cannot be negative. So AB is equal to under root small ab, and this is what we want to prove. Now let us take one more case. To understand, a vertical tower stands on a horizontal plane and it is surmounted by a vertical flagstaff of height small h meters. At a point on the plane, the angle of elevation of the bottom of the flagstaff is alpha and that of the top of the flagstaff is beta. Prove that the height of the tower is h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. So accordingly, I have drawn the figure. First of all, I have drawn the tower AB, okay, which I have represented. The height of the tower I have represented by capital H, and because tower is surmounted by a flagstaff, so I have represented AM is representing the flagstaff whose height I have taken as small h as per given in the question. And now, as per the question, I have drawn the diagram from point P. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower is alpha and that of the top of the flagstaff is beta. So let us take in triangle ABP, tan alpha is equal to capital H upon X. That is H is equal to X tan alpha or X is equal to capital H upon tan alpha. So in triangle MBP, tan beta is equal to H small h plus capital H upon x. So x tan beta is equal to small h plus capital H. And I have substituted the value of small h x from the first equation, that is capital H upon tan alpha into tan beta is equal to small h plus capital H. So that means we'll get h tan beta upon tan alpha minus capital H, shifting on the left hand side, and on the right hand side only small h will be left. Now in the left hand side, capital H is we can take common, so we will get tan beta upon tan alpha minus 1 is equal to small h. And after taking the LCM, because tan alpha is the LCM, so h into tan beta minus tan alpha upon tan alpha is equal to h. And h is equal to, you will get capital H is equal to h tan alpha after doing the cross multiplication upon tan beta minus tan alpha. This is what we want to prove. So I hope that everything is clear. By these examples I have tried just to give you an idea how to proceed with the sums. If you face any difficulty, then you can WhatsApp me the sums, okay, on the class group, and then I will discuss it further on the next turn when I will upload the next video. That's all. Thank you so much.